What's up, guys? This is going to be a brand new content video here for emphasis on these cue balls. For those who may not have seen, these new cue balls got a stat upgrade as well as a price alteration. So for the fireball here, you'll see the target ball line with some stat improvements. You'll see the spider here with the cue ball line as shown here with the improvements. Here you'll see the vortex with the kick shot line with the improvement. And then here you'll see in the Mojave, the bank shot line. With the Voyager, you'll see the carom line. And last but not least, what's the last thing left? It's combo line. So combo line, but you're going to see this is probably the best all-around ball. You'll see good cue ball, good target ball as well. So that's going to be the best go-to ball. And you'll see the prices as well have came down to a very nice, approachable level. So as you can see, I picked some of those up. And what we're going to do is we're going to play through them. We're going to show you this is when to use which one. So we're going to do that from the clear the table. It's going to be a slow format where we don't have a timer. So we can really just kind of dive in and hit a variety of different shots. I'm going to try to cover all 6 types in this video, so that way you guys get more comfortable on when to use each and every one. So here you're going to see maybe just apply just a touch of backspin, kind of get that cue ball out of there. Oh, so it did make some contact with the one. So let's just evaluate the table, kind of see what we have here. One of the things that we can do is maybe extend the target ball line. So this is where we want to see how the target ball goes after content with ball number 1. So this fireball, this is going to be something that's kind of your go-to ball. This is probably going to be the most important ball for you to use. So we're going to switch to it, and basically what we're doing is we're just kind of aligning it so we can hopefully make good contact. Of course, it's going to be kind of an estimation more so than anything, but what we want is to send this ball on a path into that one ball, potentially give ourselves a chance for it to go in for a combo. So there you can see, that's exactly what we were able to do. And it looks like we actually got 2 balls to fall. So the bonus of 2 for 1 there. I don't see anything offhand that we really need right now. So why don't I just tap this one in? And here, especially if we're looking to get our tiebreaker up, this is potentially a good opportunity. So instead of going in that side pocket, why don't we just look at this? So for instance, we're going to do Mojave ball. This has a good bank shot line. This is going to show where the ball we're aiming at goes after contact with the rail. So you do have to stay pretty close, but you'll see bank shot line here up to an 8. So why don't we just switch that? Oh, we're not quite close enough to it. It's not quite close enough to get that appropriate path. If you have target ball line, once target ball line reaches that, that's the trigger. So I should have known that. Let's just set this scenario up. So we're not going to go for score. I'm just going to get this closer to it, and we'll just set up the scenario. So once you see target ball touch, this is exactly what we were looking for. It's close enough to the rail. Once you can see that target ball touch, that's what triggers the scenario. So that's when you'll know whether or not to equip it. Is it close enough to make contact with the rail? Once you can answer that question yes, you'll see that we'll have this line so we can set up this bank shot. And that's exactly how you see me set up my shots. We go straight for a bank shot here. And you can see this also has just enough target ball line. This is kind of an upgraded fireball in that. So you'll see that this also has a pretty good target ball line. So we'll just kind of point and shoot towards that pocket. And sure enough, there we are able to pocket it. So now we've used 2 different types of balls in that one rack. So typically what I'll do is I'll just go back to the standard for breaking because we don't know what we want to pull out. So does that make sense to you guys? So if you do want a really powerful break, you can go with something, you know, one of the special balls, and you can get just a little bit extra power. However, what I'm going to do is we're just going to kind of lax hit this. Now, potentially what we're setting up here is maybe I want cue ball after making contact with ball number 1, we want cue ball line. So which one is that? So if you guys don't know, it is going to be, we want cue ball line. So basically after contact with ball number 1, we're going to want spider. And this is where there's no real great combo for this. But once we switch to this, you'll see it's not the best on this inside. For whatever reason, I guess since it's making contact. But you can see this is exactly what, you see it showing over here. So let's just hit the shot over here. And what we're going to try to do is we're just going to try to position the line to where it's potentially going to make ball number 3 after contact with ball number 5. So does that make sense, guys? You can see we're showing the line. We're trying to get a good solid hit. That wasn't necessarily my best effort. Could have put forth just a little bit better effort there with that, but you get the gist of what we're trying to do. And similarly, we can do it here. This one's going to be a little bit easier to do. So same thing applies here. We're trying to show the path of onto ball number 4, and that's exactly what we did. We just didn't make the drop. So and then this is a good scenario going back to the ball that we were at. You know, fireball, just kind of extend that line a little bit. The goal here is to go combination, make contact with the 4, make them both. So we want to get this alignment, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it to where it appears that it's going to make contact with the 4 and then potentially roll into it. And you can see there we get the 2 for 1. So we get that shot back from that missed shot. But, and one of the things that that's going to do is it's going to increase your tiebreaker as well. And then here, we're just going to kind of line this up. Go with good target ball line. Now, since none of these balls are close, one of them's close to a rail. And this might be a good chance for us to pull out a ball we haven't used yet, which is Vortex. Contact with the rail. So this is another special ball. So let's just go and use this one. And what you're going to see is it's going to show contact with the rail and then extend. You can see with this ball applied, we have an extension. This is exactly what we're trying to show is contact with ball number 1. We want to know where ball number 2. And you can see that's what we're doing with our alignment here. We're just getting this alignment so we can just kind of hit a rail shot. Now, what's the purpose of hitting that shot in like that? It gets our tiebreaker points up. So let me just go ahead and finish this out. And of course, you didn't see anything on the display showing you that you just got tiebreaker points, but that was like an accelerated tiebreaker point shot. So here you'll see tiebreaker up to 61 for there. And let me show you kind of how that's summated. So we'll go to settings here. I thought it was in settings. Oh, info. It's in info. I don't see it. I don't see it listing here. The tiebreaker rules. Where are they? Not here. I don't even think it's in this. I don't think I can find it here. Oh, there it is. So for this one here, it's saying kick shot, bank shot. So 15 points. So kick shot, bank shot, 15 points there. So we got 15 points for that, kicking it off the kicking cue ball off rail and pocketing that. It was a 15-point shot there. So that is the reason for that shot. I thought you could easily see it. Once you might have to go out and come back in to re-trigger that display. Let's see if it pops up here. Nope, it just still didn't. So it looks like they are gone after you... And I swore you could pull that up. Yes, I'm wrong. Like I mentioned, I usually switch back and we'll go standard. The only thing we haven't really showcased yet is what? Combo line. I think we've done everything else in this video. So we've given you a very nice rundown so far. Here we're going to go with some power, get this cue ball out of here. Of course, that was maybe just a little bit too much spin. So this is a good time to maybe showcase, since the balls are close together, we'll go Pro D. Keep in mind, this is probably the most universal ball, so we should be able to play. Once we get one of these on, we should be able to finish the rack. But you can see what we're drawing. Ball number 1 into ball number 2. It shows ball number 2's path. This is a very important ball for you guys. So you'll see we'll be able to, any two balls that are close to one another, you can see we can just run ball number 1 into ball number 2. Give yourself a very good, clear indicator. You can also see good target ball line, good cue ball line. The only thing that we're kind of missing is something like a rail shot, which we're not going to even do. We'll just go straight up and hit straight pull here. Sure enough, we run that into the pocket. You'll see you can pretty much run the table pretty easily with this Pro D1. Relatively speaking, not nearly as good as the Pro balls, the pay balls. So just for comparison, I will pull one of those out. Here you can see the Pro D1 and how effortlessly we can pocket these. However, let me show you guys the pay balls. And this is one of my go-tos that I like to use. Bank shot line, cue ball line. We can find one that has good cue and target. That's another good scenario. So maybe like Tombstone or something. Now look at this. So it's showing not only great line, it shows into the pocket, but it's also showing really where the cue ball is going to go. And this can be important to avoid the scratch. So if we go low contact here, you're going to see we can make this and we can avoid the scratch, and we can figure out where to set the cue ball up. And this is where the spin comes on. So you're going to see that we're going to hit just the right amount of power to keep it away from all other possibility. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere right around 50. We just kind of bring this down off this rail and just kind of slowly play it down here. And you can see this also has good bank shot line as well. So a very nice all-around ball. These pay balls, these are going to be the funnest way to play is going to be with these pay balls. But that's not what this video was about. It was about putting together good scenarios, and I walked through all 6 for you guys. I can just kind of play one more set here, just kind of straight up, and we'll just play it by scenario. See if we can't go for a nice little run in this one. So instead of showcasing the shots, we're going to take the best scenario given whatever the table gives us. So there you can see some contact. It really tightened those balls up. That was unfortunate timing there. Very tough. This is maybe a good carom shot, for example. Good opportunity to pull that out. So carom line was what? Voyager. This is also a pretty nice ball that you can see a lot of what the table's going to do. And this isn't quite showing nearly as much as I wanted. I wanted it to shoot towards the pocket. I'm having trouble getting it to shoot towards the pocket. Looks like maybe slow power goes towards the pocket. So let's just try to hit the slow power. See if it makes it. See if it gets there. Just short. But you can see the goal is we're going contact ball into 1, into 2, and show where ball number 2 path is, ball number 1 path after it makes contact with the ball number 2 there. So we were showing just that one ball's path instead of the other balls, which is the opposite of Pro D1. So if I was to aim at object 2 here, it would show path of ball 3, this ball after contact. So they're complements of one another. So this is going to show ball number 2's path, and Pro D1 is going to show ball number 3, the 3 ball, which is the red ball here. So it would show this ball. But what we're going to do here is we're just going to do a straight up shot. Try to just slow roll in ball number 3. That's exactly what we got to happen. Maybe we can just pull off this shot like this. And again, this is just for tiebreaker points. Those are style points. And there's actually a really nice ball for this type of shot. And like I mentioned, these are style points. So we can go back to the Vortex ball, and you can see it's showing the path and giving us a good enough indicator of where that one ball is going to go after contact with the rail. So again, style points, but what that's doing is it's just getting our tiebreaker up. So let's just slide down here, pocket this one real quick, leave ourselves with a little bit long shot on the table. And again, all this is doing is just kind of getting our tiebreakers up. So let's just pocket this 5 slowly, being sure not to scratch. Let's just kind of show you, you know, that's all that tiebreaker coming in there. So especially since we split up the run, how are you earning those tiebreaker shots? It's shots like that. It's combos. It's kick shots. Those are the types of things that are escalating that score. So using the rails is going to be one of those good tiebreaker indicators for you. So hopefully this makes that concept a little bit more clear for you guys. Best of luck out there in your tournaments and utilizing the sequence. You'll be able to kind of flip between these. You have to do it faster in tour play because there's a time clock involved. However, you can see as soon as we pop this open, you know, especially once we use these popular ones, you'll see these loaded towards the front. So these are the last couple balls that we've used. They're all loaded in here, which makes for easy switching and equipping between the two different balls. So best of luck out there, guys. Take care and see you guys on future content. Feel free to subscribe and comment on the video as well. And I can do the best that I can to answer any of your questions that you might still have. So best of luck. See you guys next time. Take care.